Bro, out of all the people I know, you got some. You and Christian Jones, bro. Come on, dog.
Man, with Coach Saban, man, dude's just, I mean, he funny. He don't even mean to be funny, but he funny, man. Like, he
Yeah,
just, shit he says, but you ain't expecting him to say it because he be so serious all the time. But
right.
just the shit he's, like, you'll be jogging out on the field, and he might think that you got an attitude or something. You're like, God damn, 33, who pissed in your Cheerios? And shit like that. Like,
Hey, what's up, Locker Room family? My name is Rodney Cooper. I am the host of Locker Room Talk with Coop. I got another great guest coming on the show for you guys. I got my guy, my brother, two-time SEC champion and two-time national champion, Trey DePriest, coming on the show. Coming out of high school, he was a 4-star recruit by Rouse.com, a 5-star recruit by Scout.com, and one of the top linebackers in the country. And me and Trey, we had a great conversation. We talked about his story, advice to the youth, some adversity he'd been through up until this point, and also some funny Saban stories and some funny memories he'd had with his brothers during his time at Bama. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And guys, make sure that you guys like, comment, share this video with somebody you think will enjoy it. And also hit that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell beside the subscribe button so that when we roll these episodes out, you guys will get notified. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. So check it out. So we got my bro, Trey DePriest, on the show. What's up, family? Welcome to the show.
what up? What up?
Hey, this probably one of the busiest guests I'd have had so far on the show, man. You know, he big time, man. So I appreciate, man, just a couple minutes out your day, man.
Oh man, nah, I ain't big time. Them kids big time. They be
Right.
having me moving around crazy.
Thanks. So what I'm gonna do is, bro, I'm gonna ask two questions for one of the fans to ask on a different platform. Then we go jump into your story because basically asking like the same question. So I'm gonna just ask two questions and we go from there. So the first one is from Craig Cooper. Shout out Craig. He said, which game would you rather have back? 2013 Iron Bowl or 2014 Sugar Bowl versus Ohio State?
Man, me personally, it'll have to be that old state game, man. That was, that's where I'm from. So I caught
Right.
a lot of noise when I came
Yeah.
home, man. So that one definitely.
Yeah, you caught some hell when you went back to the crib, huh?
Oh man, that's all I heard, man. It was rough.
Right, thanks.
I still ain't lived that one down.
Yeah. Word. And the second part to the question he asked, he said, which team is better, 2011 Bama or 2012 Bama?
Ooh, oh man, I had to
That's the
go with them
squad.
boys from 2011, man. That defense was that was different. I ain't
Different
gonna lie.
facts. Got you. Okay.
You
2017.
couldn't score on them boys, man. The only team that did it was the little Georgia State team, man. And dude, that was something we ain't never seen.
Yeah, right. And that was fluky from them.
Them boys was like our man, like our running back size, but at the O line, but it was cutting everybody,
At the O
man. That's the only team that
line.
could do something.
Yeah.
Swear, man.
Right. So James Robinson, he asked, this is the last question we'll do. He said, name your top 5 linebackers in Alabama history, and we'll do from 2010 to now.
2010 to now.
Yeah,
Okay.
top 5 linebackers. It
Okay.
ain't no particular order.
I definitely gotta do I gotta give reasons, man, or just say my top 5?
Say your top 5. Say your top 5. We'll just do that.
All right, cool. Man, I'm definitely gonna start with Big Tay, Hightower.
Say your top. Okay.
Uh, uh, 2010. Well, shoot, he wasn't even in. He was gone in '09. I gotta throw him in there, man. Rolando for sure.
Rolando. Yep.
Rolando McClain. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Old Ryan Anderson.
Ryan. Okay. Yeah.
Big Ryan. He played real. He plays real angry and physical. And I love it. Let's see here.
That's 3.
Big Rube for sure. Big Ruben.
Reuben Foster. Okay. Yeah. I never seen nobody
And
knock
man,
somebody out and he get a concussion.
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Hurt yourself trying to hit somebody.
Right.
So, and man, I like that young cat nowadays, man. What's his name? Will Anderson.
Will Anderson. Yeah. He a dog.
Yeah, yeah, baby boy is he different out there. I like that, man. He's
Mm.
and then I like his response, man, when he was asked about football, talking about how it's the only thing. You know what I'm saying, you can hit somebody as hard as you want to, not go to, you know what I'm
Not go to
saying, go to
jail.
jail,
Yeah,
stuff
right.
like that. So
Facts. Yeah.
yeah, he got the right idea, man. I agree with you.
Hey, he got the makeup of like the guys when we was at Bama.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why I like him. He one of the new cats. I do like, man.
Facts.
He play fast, man, and just his motor is different, man.
Hey, what's up, Locker Room family? I hope you guys have been enjoying the episode so far. So I have a special announcement to make. I don't know if you guys are aware or not, but I launched my vitamin hydration company, Vita Era Hydration. So it's a vitamin infused multivitamin powder with green tea extract and electrolytes. So you're getting the everyday essential vitamins and minerals your body needs. The green tea extract, it benefits exercise performance and recovery. And the electrolytes is a multiplier hydration, so it gets your water to work harder for you. So it's 0 calories, 0 carbs, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners or flavors. And we use a natural sweetener to give it that taste. So here's the stick pack right here. You add it to 16 to 20 ounces of water, which is a regular water bottle, and you're good to go. So make sure you guys go check out our website, vita-era.com, and also follow our Instagram page, Drink Vita Era, and I would really appreciate if you guys would support my business. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. Back to the episode, Roll Tide. Right. Yeah, it's more different for sure. So man, I
He got
appreciate. Go ahead.
he got a demon engine up there, man. He running.
Facts. So man, let's jump right into your story, man. So let the people know your story. You know, being a kid from Springfield, Ohio, playing high school ball at Springfield High School, up until the point you decided to play for the University of Alabama.
Man, Springfield, small city, man. Everybody know everybody.
Right.
And then like shoot from up, obviously from up north, they don't. We don't got the spring ball and all that. So I was always playing like baseball. You know what I'm saying, travel baseball and all that. But football was always my main sport.
Right.
And but I like being from here, man. I really didn't, like it don't really happen. So I never really knew it was going to take off like that, man. I was playing Pee Wee, middle school, and then once I got to high school and whatnot, I mean, people started talking about it and all that. But I'm like, man, I don't, it is what it is. If it happens, whatever. Just because I wasn't thinking that it could happen from being from here.
Right.
And then probably what my sophomore year, recruiting took off real crazy actually. I couldn't tell you how many or whatever, but
yeah, your top five
it started heating up real crazy.
Right.
Yeah, man. I'm talking about I'm getting phone calls from area codes I ain't never even heard of, and
Thanks. Yeah.
all type of shit. Man. It was crazy, and all these coaches want to talk, and I'm like, man, I don't really have conversations like this. Like this is new. You know what I mean? Like I don't. So and they talking about my future and this, that, and the third. I'm like, man, I never really thought about it like that, to be honest.
Yeah. Right.
And man, just then like once I was playing sophomore year, like by then I could have pretty much went anywhere I wanted to by that time. And stuff started. It was heating up, and I started taking a bunch of visits and stuff. Started taking a bunch of visits, going to camps and whatnot, and really seeing what was going on, and you know what I'm saying, sizing up to the competition, other guys around the country and all that. And, I really seen that I could really like do something with that. Like that's when it really clicked. Once I started going to the camps and competing against other guys from other states and around my state, and then that's when I always took it serious. That's just how I did it anyways. But like then I really I'm like, okay, I could really do something with this. So let's
Facts.
lock in, and that's what I did. And junior year, honestly, man, I'm not really one of those guys. I don't really like the limelight and all that. Like, it's cool, but I don't really like that. So by my junior year, man, recruiting really got annoying to me, man. It was a
Right.
lot. It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
I ain't really. By that time, it wasn't enjoyable anymore. I couldn't. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
It
was
was just
like,
too
I'm
much.
cool on that. I'm cool on talking to all these coaches every day, all day. Yeah,
Yeah,
it get
man.
draining.
About the same thing though. Like, we talk about the same exact thing. Everybody wants you to come there, this, that, and the third.
Right.
So I wanted to, like, I was one of the guys. I wanted to try to get mine over with before I started my senior year. So I started taking visits and all that, like my officials and everything. And I really didn't actually take too many officials, man. I went to O State, and then I went to actually I went to Bama, and like, man, really once I left, I mean, I pretty much knew, like, Coach Saban coming to sit in my grandma's, living room and all that, and
Right.
I just like the way they treated me, and I clicked with a bunch of guys down there like real quick. Like, it was like even like on the recruiting and stuff. Like, when I would go down and then, like, I'll get numbers and stuff, and like we'd really like chop it up. It wouldn't be just like when I was down there, nothing. Like, we'd shoot the shit
Right.
whenever.
Right. Right.
Shoot text messages back and forth.
Right. And it
Yeah,
wasn't like
and
no surface. It wasn't like no surface level. Like,
and
okay,
then
we got a recruit in town. Let's show them a good time. Like, nah, you actually built some like real relationships during your time on your visit, and you chopping up with them after you left, which said a lot. Which said a
exactly,
lot to you. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like John Foden was one of
Mm.
the first guys I met down there, and I was just in his wedding. So
Right.
that goes to say
Right.
exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, even though his
So
IG is crazy, but his Instagram stories is crazy, but he had me laughing all the time, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous, bro.
he's a wild boy.
Right? Facts. So that's dope, bro. So, with you coming out of high school, bro, like you had a real solid list, bro. Like, you chose Bama over Ohio State, Florida, LSU, Oklahoma, and Notre Dame. So what was the deciding factor for you to choose Bama over those other schools? Was it like you having no relationships outside your recruiting visit with the guys, or what was the deciding factor?
Yeah, that's really what it was, man. I didn't really develop relationships with any of the other guys at those other schools like I did at Bama, man.
Mm,
And it was just a feeling. Like, when I went down there, I just knew, like, that's where I wanted to play. They had just came off a national championship.
right,
I seen the program going in the right direction, and I'm like, man, I want to be a part of that. And that's what I did, and I caught hell, man, for
right.
going
Being
there
from
over
Ohio,
Ohio
not going to Ohio
State. But I
State,
mean,
right? Yeah,
I, I wasn't really, but I mean, it was cool, man. I wasn't really making that decision for nobody but myself, man. Like,
facts.
and my mom told me that too. Like, don't worry about me, and just because you're gonna have to spend your 4 years there. So, and
Mm,
that's really what I tell some of these recruits, man. Don't make that decision for nobody but yourself, man. Because
facts.
you got to spend the time there, not your mama, not your brother, your sister, nobody else but you. So,
Facts. So, bro, with you being from Ohio, I know you said it's like a small area where you at, but being born and raised in Ohio, I know it had to be like a culture shock going from Ohio to Bama. I know it had to be different going from, recruiting visit you down there for like, a few days, then you back at the crib. But what was it like? Was it a culture shock? Once you got on campus that was there, like you had to be there every day. What was that like?
yeah, man. I mean, I really didn't think, man, Southern hospitality is real. I didn't
Right.
really think it was, but it's actually real, man. Like, it, people just nice. Like, they give hugs and like all that. Like, if they don't do that up here. You're gonna get a handshake
Right.
or shit. They might walk right by you. Ain't no
Right.
ain't no telling.
Down here, you saying yes
So
sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am.
yeah,
Yeah.
I always did that, but like, it's just that's all you hear. Even with like somebody damn near your age to call you sir. Like, bro, I ain't, man, we same age, fool. Like, come on.
Facts. Yeah.
So yeah, man, hospitality. real. That's the main thing I took from that is like folks is really nice down
Right.
south for real.
Right. Facts, facts. So growing up, bro, who was that person or group of people who spoke that belief in you be great growing up? Because I know you say you was playing, football, you was playing baseball too. So who was that person? Was it a person or group of people that spoke that belief in you? Because I know you were saying like at first you was like, yeah, all right, I haven't seen nobody in this area, make it out. And at first it wasn't real to you, but when it became real, you like, I need to lock in. So was it a person that was with you throughout that process that kept instilling that confidence and belief into you?
Just my whole support system at home with being saying that with my family.
Right,
It was always just because they never really either. They were oblivious to everything too, but
right.
it was just whatever I wanted to do, they were gonna
Support.
back me full force. And I mean, it meant a lot. It made things easy.
Mm, got you.
So
Right,
yeah, it was really just my family, man. I mean, really, I shout out to all the coaches coming up that coached me, man. Especially my Pee Wee coaches. Um, they were just dope people. Not they
mhm,
they tried to teach more than just football.
right,
They was really trying to teach you how to be a man, and
right,
I didn't know it at the time, but
right,
I get
right.
it now.
Facts.
So
Got you. That's dope. That's dope. So who's the person who put the ball in your hands, or was it just the sport itself that you gravitated to?
um, man, my mom and them said I just took off with it once the
Yeah,
ball was in my hand. Nobody really necessarily put it there. Just it ended up there, and that's what it was.
right. Got you. Got you. That's dope, bro. So, with you being a 4-star recruit by Rivals, a 5-star recruit by Scout.com, and using number 7 outside linebacker in the country, what was the biggest transition for you making that transition from high school to college? Because I can only imagine, going from, I think I read you was a back to back defensive player of the year coming out of high school, and you at the highs
Yeah,
of highs, and then you go to Bama, and you pretty much you line up against somebody that's gonna play on Sundays. So
yeah, man. Just like you said, man. Everybody is great. It
right,
wasn't
right,
no you about to go against no. I know I'm gonna beat him for sure. Like
right,
nah, it's a toss up. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Who
yeah,
wanted more?
right,
And but and just really honestly, I wouldn't even say. I mean, kind of the speed of the game. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, speed of the game for sure. Just because there was so much going on and how we played defense at Bama, man, it was like one the tight end could take his foot off the line and we changing the whole play of everything. Like
right,
everybody got to change, and then plus I was the one that was doing all that with CJ and everybody else. But once CJ was going, it was just me.
yeah,
So having to control all that, and it was just way more on your plate, I should say.
right, right. And I can only imagine too, man. You having to make sure you're doing what you're doing, but also like make sure everybody else is in place too. And then you got the outside factors with the
Exactly.
fans and everything that's going on. Like that's different. That's a different type of leadership, man. I can only imagine with that. So I know with us, it's crazy now because with us,
Yeah.
we're old heads now. So how do you feel about the transfer portal?
Right.
I feel like you gonna say the same thing that I'm gonna say, but how you feel about the transfer portal?
Man, to each his own, bro. But I'm not a fan of it at all.
Right.
Um, just like I mean, that was never an option. So my thought process ain't gonna be the same. Like we
Mm,
had to thug it out. You
right.
chose where you chose,
Right.
and you gonna thug it out and prove that you better than the man in front of you. It's really that simple.
Mm,
Because I will. I mean, I could vouch for Coach Saban in saying that he gonna play the best players. He don't really. Yeah, he gonna play the best players. So if you ain't better than him, you just ain't better than him. And everybody thinks that better than thing is pure athletic ability. Yes, you might be more athletic than him and all that, but do you have it mentally?
right. Facts.
Can you switch the call when it needs to be switched? Can you make sure everybody is on the same page? Can
Mm,
you do that? Can you hear the call if you're not the one making it? Can
right.
you hear the call and get set up to where you need to go and play what you need to play. Because two sides of the defense could be playing. A lot of the times they play something different in coverage. So can you do that? And I mean, like I said, he will play the best players because the guy sitting behind him might be more athletic,
right?
But that athletic ability don't mean nothing when you don't know what you're doing.
Facts. Right. And then I'm with you on that too, bro. And my thing is, I said, like you said, to each his own. But at the same time, if a coach promised you one thing, you get there, then it be something completely different. All right, cool. You gotta do what's best for you and your family. I get that. But if you're transferring and because the competition, like you running from the competition, or you hit some adversity, and you transfer and you running from that, then I can't really rock with that because it's not really preparing you for life either. Because when you get into the real world with life, it's not if you
There ain't nowhere
hit
to
adversity, it's
run.
when you go and hit adversity. You can't run from it. You got to face it. So with you, every time something get hard in college, you transfer and go to another school. Man, that's go into, as far from a man perspective, it go into you as a husband, with your career after sports. When stuff get hard,
Dad,
run. You know what I mean? You go run when things get hard instead of facing that. So it's just a domino effect if that's the reason you're transferred to these different schools, because of the competition and because of adversity. But
I agree. It's just it's actually a pure setup for real because in the
yeah,
real world there ain't nowhere to run, bro.
right. Facts.
Nowhere to
Yeah.
nowhere to transfer to, fam. So I mean, I guess you could find another job or whatever, but I mean, there ain't nowhere to transfer to for real.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, bro, I remember when y'all played against LSU, when they had Leonard Fournette, and it was at Bama, and I remember watching that game. And I was like, damn, bro, them bros really hitting out there. Like, that is different. And then right
Yeah.
after that, when I said that, bro, the commentator had said, man, it's a grown man's game. Like, if you shine away from contact, this ain't the game for you. So talk about them memories from that game, bro. What's some memories that you remember off the top of your head?
Man, with the LSU game, you talking about at home or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
LSU?
At home? Yeah.
You talking about with Leonard Fournette? So that would have been my senior year or junior year, one of those.
Yeah. I just remember it was the goal line
Man,
play,
one
man.
thing,
It seemed like everybody had ran into each other. And I said, man,
yeah,
I said, if you look at a lot of Trey Priest pictures, he got a lot of scratches on his head, man. It ain't because, and it didn't come like that.
yeah, right. Man, just I remember, man, we needed to play, and I ended up, Kirby ended up blitzing me through the A gap, and I ended up getting a sack for like a 7-yard loss, and
Right.
it just kind of changed the whole momentum of the game for real. But
Yeah.
man, LSU games, man, was man, it was
It was different.
like you said, a grown man football game, bro. Like you're gonna hit. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if, like you said, and you really couldn't shy away from it because everybody's gonna know it.
Right. Facts. Facts.
Everybody's
So
gonna know it.
that's a fact. So what was four quarters like, bro? Like, give the fans a perspective on how tough it is, because I mean, I done heard some stories from the guys that I done had on here. So I just want to hear your story on how tough four quarters is and what was that like?
Fourth quarter hell, man.
Hey, every person I done had on here, when I say it, they always shake their head and it's like they look off somewhere. It's crazy. It's the
Them
same reaction
rough
from all y'all, bro.
there. Them was rough memories. Man, just going from an hour workout pretty much to an hour of straight running.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah.
that's running. I mean, you gonna stretch a little bit, but even the stretches at Bama, you gonna get tired.
Right.
Like,
Facts.
so I mean, you stretch and then you just run for an hour.
Mm,
You flip flop. Be two. You actually do some like long distance running on the outside and come to the middle and do some like super turned up calisthenics.
yeah.
um, and just shit like that, man. It was rough, but made the games easy. I'll say that.
Facts. What about that Brian Vogler, he was talking about on his episode about I think y'all had to do like them 40 times. And y'all had to run so many, but he said it's like, I think he says like 2 minutes of hell, and then he said you black out after that or something like that.
worst experiences I've ever had. And then we had a like our end of summer conditioning test, and every single year we did this thing called a 40 test. And you got to run 10 40s consecutively back to back to back to back to back and hit your time. So they time you beforehand.
Yeah.
And they have some kind of formula to where like they know you're not going to run, your 4-4 on rep 6 or 7, 8, 9. But that's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 minutes and you black out.
Like it's like 10. I think it's 10 40s, man, and you got like 2 minutes, and it's just nonstop. Like it's just nonstop, and when you're done, you're gonna. If you don't black out, you're gonna fall out. You ain't gonna be standing up. Ain't none of that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I can only imagine, bro, just seeing like how them guys run them 4-4s, 4-5, 4-3s, and you giving it all you got, and you gotta do that 10 times in a row. I can only imagine, dog. Like that's different.
Non-stop. Touch the line, touch and go. Put your hand behind there, go. Put your hand behind there, go.
You had to keep going back to back to back?
Yeah. But no stopping. It was back 10 40s.
Hey, it was one story, I think, I don't know if you were there yet, but Nuda was talking about they had to do like 31 10s or something like that one year. And
I missed that one. I think the most we did was like 25.
That's still crazy. That's still crazy.
Oh man, that at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
So still,
you say what?
I said it was still hot.
Right. So, bro, now this on you, bro. So it don't have to be PG-13, gotta be none of that. But I always talk about, well, between you, Christian Jones, Justin Fowler, aka Nuda, 20 for the people out there, Jared Williams, like all y'all boys are some fools, bro. Like y'all used to stay having me laughing, dog. But I always talk about, bro, like the memories we will always have in tears in, like the locker rooms, the dorms, the apartments.
What you want? Oh, Jesus on the line. Tell me what you want. Oh, Jesus on the line.
So, what's a funny story that you had with your brother that you can share with the people without getting nobody in trouble? But like I said, it's on you. I done heard some stories from some of the guys, but it's on you.
Man, not necessarily a specific story, but man, just 108 at Bryant, man, is legendary.
Legendary, right?
Legendary, man. I could think of 30 times in there that I just had some of the best times in my life, and we was in a dorm room just kicking it, bro. Like,
right.
It's just the energy of them guys, man. Like you're gonna laugh, you're gonna smile. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just gonna sit there and not do nothing around them fools. Them boys is crazy.
Right.
And I'm the type of guy I like to laugh, man. So I was always for it. Like, yeah. 108 though, man. Legendary. Shout out to all them boys in there. What was that?
I was gonna say, can you shout them out? Can you shout them out? Can you let us know?
Yeah, man. New 20, CJ and John, man. Shout out to y'all boys, man. For some of the greatest memories I ever had, man. Still today.
Facts. So, bro, what's a funny Saban story that you can share with the people that the fans don't know about, man? I done heard some story from, Bo Scarborough. He was talking about it was one time in practice, the guys was holding, and he's like, Coach, man, they holding. And Saban was like, hey, Bo. He said, what's up, Coach? He said, hold this and grab this stuff. Yeah. Hey. And then,
hold these.
Yeah. And then Nuda was talking about, he said, man, it was one practice, Saban had joked around and said, man, TJ yelling away his daddy. And he said, man, that ain't my daddy, man. Stop playing with me. And Nuda said that whole practice he was mugging Saban. And Saban was like, Nuda, you gonna stop looking at me like that? And he said after the practice, he said they had got into it and everything. And after the practice, Saban was like, Nuda, you hurt my feeling when you call me old man Saban. And he said, and Nuda said he called him soft. But what's some funny stories, man, that you can think of that you can share with the people, man, about Saban?
Man,
Bro, out of all the people I know, you got some. You and Christian Jones, bro. Come on, dog.
Man, with Coach Saban, man, dude's just, I mean, he funny. He don't even mean to be funny, but he funny, man. Like,
Yeah.
he just, shit he says, because you ain't expecting him to say it because he be so serious all the time. But just the shit he's, like, you'll be jogging out on the field, and he might think that you got an attitude or something. You're like, God damn, 33, who pissed in your Cheerios? And shit like that. Like,
yeah. And he been dead serious, too.
Oh, so serious. And then
Yeah.
just keep running right on by.
I can't remember what year it was. I know Christian Jones said y'all had just won the Natty. And he said, man, it wasn't even 48 hours later, like y'all was in a meeting. And he had got pissed off. He was like, this not last year's championship team. And like really gave y'all hell about that. And we was like, hey, y'all was like, dang, bro, like, but that's just the mentality he had though.
Bro. Yeah, it was like it was like we was brainwashed to like not even enjoy that shit. Like you got 24 hours and it's over with. Oh well.
Bro, Nico Johnson said the same thing. He said the same thing. He said, man, it's so crazy because with him with them teams winning 3 out of 4, he was like, he didn't really get to enjoy it because that 24-hour rule was real. He said y'all was like machines. That's just how y'all was wired, how y'all was built.
Yeah, it just happened, bro. Like it's just you was just trained that way. Like, hey, yeah, we proud of y'all for winning for 24 hours, and after that, it's right back to busting and cutting. And let's.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. So, bro, with you been a true freshman, man, coming in, like you played every game, which was big. So, what was it like for you, bro, run out the tunnel and Brian Denny stayed in front of 100,000 for the first time? What was that like?
It was dope, man, for real. Something I ain't never, just all them folks, and then actually being able to play too as a freshman,
right?
And not just sidelines, whether it was special teams or not. Like, and then that's what the guys like in my class. They used to come like, damn, bro, you lucky to, you know what I'm saying, run out there. Like, I'm salty. I just got to stand here and shit. And I'm like, I feel you. Like, I'm salty for you, but yeah. And then plus, like I said, that 2011 defense, man, we pretty much got to play every game on defense as well because we were shutting folks out. Shout out to the offense as well for scoring all the points. And we was just you score on them, man. So we would end up getting to play in the fourth quarter a lot.
Dope. So with Nick Saban, bro, I always talk about just looking from afar. The thing that stands out to me is his attention to detail and the standard he not only holds you guys to, but himself as well. So what's some things you learn from Saban that you apply now in life?
That attention to detail, man. It's big. I try to preach it to my kids, man. Every time I leave them or they're going somewhere, I tell them be careful and pay attention because you're gonna get hurt without paying attention. It's attention to the details, man. It's in your work, man. It's just like I cut grass and stuff. I got lawn care service, and I just I think I separate myself by the attention to detail, man. Like it's my yards, they be on fire. Not to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but
that's not as a fact. Yeah, the numbers don't lie. I mean, the work don't lie either. So yeah.
And that be where your feet are thing, man. I like that too. That's always stuck with me, man. Be where your feet are, because that's the only place you can be. Your mind gets wandering, things can happen. So.
Thanks. Yeah, that's dope. So, bro, on all the episodes, bro, the 3 things I like to focus on is to entertain, inspire, and inform the people. So, I want the people to see the human side of us because when we're at Bama, they look at us, as like this, this character that don't have feeling, don't go through life just like everybody else. But the thing is, bro, we all have ups and downs. We all go through trials and tribulations in life. So what's some adversity up until this point, that you don't mind sharing with the people that you've been through up until this point?
Man, just not actually, man. Just, stop playing football, bro. That was one of the hardest things I've ever went through. Just because I've done it for so long. I've done it since I was a kid.
Thanks.
I did it on a high level, pretty much one of the high. Bama shoe. That's one of
the highest levels. Thanks.
So, and man, just not hearing your name called and then getting picked up on a free agent, which is cool, but then like getting cut and all that. Like it was just something I've never went through. So it was and then you find yourself, I call it a sunken place, man, and just not knowing what to do, and your all your thoughts are negative, and it's just rough, man. But that one it got taken away from me, and it was hard to get up out of that spot to where I had to realize, oh, bro, there's other things to do. It's really not the end of the world. It's not serious, bro. And that's just how I look at it now, bro. It's not that serious. Like I did that, and I did it at a very high level.
Thanks.
And yeah, it's just, I mean, and I should be proud. And anybody who's ever had to stop playing ball, bro, you should be proud of yourself just because of what you did accomplish, man.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact, and I definitely know what you mean about that sunken place. Like you go in this dark space, you're depressed. You saying never negative things to yourself. You try to isolate yourself from everybody because you have these high standards for yourself. And then you have people that haven't even been nowhere near what you done to accomplish, and you hearing that outside noise, and then you already all in your head yourself. And I appreciate you for sharing that, because I always tell people, like, everybody got a story, just the people who had the courage to tell their story. And like, with us going on here and talking about these things, it heals us, and the more we reveal, the more we heal. But at the same time, like you said, being from a kid, a lot of us playing the game from 5 years old up until, 30 or mid-20s or whatever. So we tie identity to that, and we feel like, that's the only thing we can do, and that's all we know. And then it's a whole nother world out here that it's a lot of people that doing a lot of different things and being successful with it and making a lot of money and impacting a lot of people too at a high level. But we're thinking that the sports is the only thing that we can make a lot of money and provide for our family and things like that, when there's a lot more other avenues to be able to do it.
Get it, bro. Million with it, man.
Yeah, facts. So we're about to start wrapping things up. We getting to the end, so I appreciate you, bro. So what I would say is, bro, what advice would you give to a young Trey DePriest that's going to be watching this, either when it first uploads a year from now, even 5 years from now? What advice would you give to a young Trey DePriest?
Advice I'll give to a young Trey DePriest.
Yeah, a young GOAT.
Man, take everything with a grain of salt, man. Don't think too much into nothing, man, and really take a lot of everybody's word with a grain of salt, because a lot of it don't mean nothing, and you just got to figure out what's best for you.
Fact. Dope. So what I'm gonna do is, bro, I'm gonna say a word or phrase, and the word or phrase I say, you just gotta fire right back whatever comes to your mind.
Woo! All right. Go.
So the first one, Springfield, Ohio.
Trey DePriest.
Bro, why all y'all say that, bro? All y'all say that when I say the whole time. Hey, that's facts, though. That's facts. All right, the next one, Springfield High School.
Trey DePriest.
Respect.
Nah, man. I mean, plenty of athletes, man. Plenty of athletes.
Gotcha. The next one, trust the process.
Be where your feet are.
Adversity.
Fight through it.
Nick Saban.
Go.
Auburn.
Trash can.
At the last one, the University of Alabama.
One of the greatest places in the world.
Dope, bro. So let the people know your social media handles so they can, continue to follow you and follow your journey.
Man, I'm really only on Facebook right now. I just on that on social media for years, bro.
Yeah.
My Facebook is just my name, Trey DePriest.
Okay.
And I really ain't too much active on there, to be honest, but
right.
I do a little bit.
I got you. So I have my intern. She'll put it up under your put your Facebook on the screen. So dope, bro. So that's another episode of Locker Room Talk with Coop. Make sure you guys like, share, comment on this episode. And also, man, hit that subscribe button and also hit that post notification bell beside the subscribe button so you guys can get notified when we put these podcasts out. And Trey family, I appreciate you for coming on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. That's love.